Hello students, AS level chemistry, chapter is organic chemistry, lecture number 3. In this lecture, we are going to talk about different types of chemical formula that we commonly use under the heading of organic chemistry. Now you must remember in your syllabus, in total, there are 6 types of chemical formulas that we use commonly in the organic chemistry. Now some of these chemical formulas you are familiar with, and some of these chemical formulas they are new for you people. So you must know each and every type of these 6 types of chemical formula, because in A levels examination, whenever a question is asked by the paper setter, the examiner sometime it is interested that you must give the correct formula that is being asked. Sometime it is overlooked by the examiner. For example, if displayed formula is asked and you write down the structural formula, it is overlooked, but mostly it is recommended that whichsoever formula is asked by the paper setter in the exams, you must write down that particular type of the chemical formula. Okay, let's start. First of all, you must remember the first type of chemical formula that we study in the organic chemistry. It is molecular formula. Molecular formula we also study in the stoichiometry or in the mole concept. What is molecular formula? It is a type of chemical formula that tells us actual number of atoms of different elements within a molecule. So whenever we get to know the actual number of atoms from a molecule, actual number of atoms from a formula, it means that is molecular formula. For example, if we study, if we take the example of butane. Butane, it is a member of alkane homologous series. Butane. But means there are 4 carbon atoms, and ane means there are single covalent bond. So there are 4 carbon atom, and you know what is the general formula of alkane? It is CnH2n plus 2. So what will be the molecular formula for butane? It will be C4H10. So this is the molecular formula of butane, and you can see from this molecular formula we can identify easily how many elements are present in butane and what is the actual number of atoms of each element. So this type of formula, it is always known as molecular formula. Now based on molecular formula, another formula that can be derived from the molecular formula, it is known as empirical formula or simplest formula. What is empirical or simplest formula? If you just simplify the number of atoms of each element in a molecule, that simplest whole number ratio of atoms of different element within a molecule, it is known as empirical formula. Right now you can see the molecular formula of butane is C4H10. If you take 2 common and simplify molecular formula, it will become the empirical or simplest formula. If we simplify it by taking 2 as a common, then what you will come to know that the formula it will become C2H5. So this simplest whole number ratio of atoms of different elements in a compound, it is known as empirical formula. So you must know the basic difference between molecular and empirical formula. Empirical formula, it is always derived from molecular formula by simplifying the number of atoms present in the molecule. Okay, next type of chemical formula that we study very commonly in the organic chemistry, it is known as structural formula. What you must remember, what is structural formula? It tells us the arrangement of atoms of different elements within a molecule. For example, we are studying butane. It is made up of carbon and hydrogen. The structural formula will give us information that with each carbon, how many hydrogen atoms are bonded. So whenever we get to know this type of information from a formula, that is known as structural formula. Look at the structural formula of butane. It will be CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Now what you can see there are four carbon atoms. The first and the last carbon from either side, each carbon first and last, each one of these two carbon, they are bonded to three hydrogen atom, while the central carbon atom, each one is bonded to two hydrogen atom. So whenever you are getting this type of information from a formula, it is known as structural formula. Now based on structural formula, another formula sometimes we are asked to write down, it is the displayed formula. What we have to do in case of displayed formula, in case of displayed formula, we have to make the arrangement of atoms in such a way that it must clearly give us, it must clearly show us all the atoms as well as the bonds present between different atoms. So whether there is a single covalent bond or double covalent bond, those types of bonds must be shown correctly. Whenever we get to know the different types of atoms and how they are having different types of covalent bond, whether single, double or triple covalent bond, then that formula, it is known as displayed formula. For example, look at butane. You know, in butane there are four carbon, and since this is an alkane, so all the four carbon, they will be bonded through single covalent bond to each other, and then each carbon will be bonded to different number of hydrogen atom through single covalent bond. So this formula you can see is the displayed formula, because you can come to know each carbon and hydrogen, it is having single covalent bond. One carbon is having how many single covalent bond? 4. And each hydrogen is having how many single covalent bond? 1. Whenever we are getting this type of information from a formula, that chemical formula, it is known as displayed formula. So these are the four types of chemical formula you are familiar with from the knowledge of your previous class, but you must be very clear about these types of chemical formula whenever they are asked in your AS examination. You must be clear to mention whenever it is asked about the structural formula or it is asked about the displayed formula. You must be able to tell the exact difference between these types of chemical formula. Now, two more types of chemical formula that are also in your A level syllabus. These are also very important. The number 5 type of chemical formula, it is known as 3D displayed formula or stereochemical formula. Three dimensional displayed formula or stereochemical formula. Now, as you can see from the name of this type of chemical formula, this is derived from displayed formula. We show the exact bonds, and atoms present in a molecule, but those bonds and atom, they must clearly demonstrate the arrangement of atom in such a way that we can come to know what is the exact bond angle and what is the exact shape of a given molecule. So whenever with the help of a chemical formula we can show the exact shape and bond angle between different atoms, that type of chemical formula, it is known as 3D displayed formula. For example, if the example that we are talking about butane, if we take any one carbon of butane, how with respect to a particular carbon of butane we can draw the 3D displayed formula. Look at the formula, then I will give you the explanation for this. Okay, this is the 3D displayed formula of butane. What you can see, this carbon atom, it is the central carbon atom. You can see this carbon is showing how many covalent bond? 4 covalent bond are shown by this carbon atom. But the 4 covalent bond can be divided into 3 different types, into 3 different categories. Out of the 4 types, this is one type of covalent bond that is represented by a normal line. This is also the same type of covalent bond because both these bonds, they are shown by using normal line. Whenever a bond is shown by using normal line, what does this indicate? It indicates that these bonds are present on the whiteboard. These bonds are present on the paper. Exactly, these bonds are present on the whiteboard or on the paper. While this bond that is shown by using a broken line, this indicates that this bond is present at the back side of the carbon. This is present into the paper, into the whiteboard, and this style of bond that is represented by a wedge. This wedge indicates that this bond is present out of the whiteboard, it is present out of the paper. So this is the description of different styles of single covalent bond in 3D displayed formula. You must remember the normal line, it indicates bond is present on the paper, on the whiteboard. The broken line into the paper, and the wedge out of the paper. One more thing, it is clear, it is obvious from this 3D displayed formula. You can see what is the exact shape around the carbon, the central carbon atom. The exact shape that you can see, it is tetrahedral, and you can also guess what is the bond angle with respect to any two bonds. The bond angle, it is 109.5. So whenever you sketch, you draw this type of displayed formula, 3D displayed formula, this information, it becomes obvious while looking at the formula of a given compound. Okay, the last type of chemical formula that is also very important in A levels, and we use this type of formula very commonly in your exams, both AS as well as A2. So the last type of chemical formula that we must be able to write down, it is known as skeletal formula. Skeletal formula can also be known as line angle formula. So this is a new type of formula. Again, I am highlighting it. You must remember these two types of formula, they are new for you people. So you must do a lot of practice to understand and to sketch these types of chemical formula. Now what you must remember, whenever you are asked to sketch, to write down, to draw skeletal formula or line angle formula, there are three simple information that you must keep in your mind, and these three information, they will help you to sketch, to draw skeletal formula of any organic compound in an appropriate way. What are these three pieces of information? The first piece of information, always remember, in this type of chemical formula, we do not display carbon in any organic compound. Whenever you have been given any organic compound and you are asked to give its skeletal formula, do not display carbon. Then how carbon is shown? I will tell you how carbon is shown, how carbon is represented. Second piece of information that you must remember while writing, while sketching skeletal formula, it is hydrogen atom. It is also not displayed commonly. Hydrogen atom, it is displayed only if it is bonded to an electronegative atom. Commonly, which electronegative atom you can find in the organic chemistry? Oxygen, nitrogen. So whenever hydrogen is bonded to any one of the electronegative atom, then it is shown. If it is, if hydrogen is bonded to a carbon atom, then hydrogen is not displayed into the skeletal formula. So it means commonly two elements, the two elements that are most common in the organic chemistry, carbon and hydrogen, they are not displayed in the skeletal formula. Hydrogen it will be displayed if bonded to electronegative atom. And the third piece of information that you must remember, it is an electronegative atom is always displayed. If the electronegative atom is sulfur, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, any electronegative atom, whenever it is present, it must be shown. What does this mean? In simple words, you can remember in the skeletal formula, carbon and hydrogens are not displayed, but all other elements, if they are present, they must be displayed in the skeletal formula. Now I am going to give you different examples of the skeletal formula. First of all, we are going to start with the skeletal formula of butane. Now what you know, in butane, how many carbon atoms are there? There are 4 carbon atoms, and there is carbon. Along with carbon, which element is present? Hydrogen. So there is no third type of element present in butane. What does this mean? It means no atom, no element will be displayed while writing skeletal formula for butane. Then how you will show this skeletal formula? See, you will draw a line, a slanting or a tilt line. What you can see, this line, it is having how many ends? It is having 2 ends. So each end represents a carbon atom, and between these 2 carbon atom there is a single line. This single line indicating single covalent bond, and it is obvious, since both these carbon, they are having a single covalent bond, so that is why each carbon must be bonded to 3 hydrogen atom to satisfy the valency of each carbon atom. But right now we are having 4 carbon. We will move on. We will draw another tilt line, now downward, zigzag. In a zigzag manner, you will keep on moving until and unless the number of carbon atom it is completed. Now we have got how many? You can see we have got how many ends or kink? 1, 2, 3. Right now you can identify ends or kinks. How many ends are kink? You can identify 3. So each end or kink, it represents a carbon atom. So I have shown 3 carbon atoms. If I will place another slanting line, now you can count how many kinks are end. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what does this mean? That now each kink and each end, it representing a carbon atom. So how many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. This carbon, it is having one covalent bond, single covalent bond, so it must be bonded to 3 hydrogen. This carbon, it is bonded to, it has 2 single covalent bond, it must be bonded to 2 hydrogen atom. This carbon, it is singly bonded to 2 carbon atom, so it must also have 2 hydrogen. And this carbon, since it is having one single covalent bond, it would have 3 hydrogen atoms. So this is the description that you must remember in your mind while looking at the skeletal formula of any organic compound. So remember, each end, terminal or a kink represents a carbon atom. One more thing, remember, this skeletal formula, it is possible only for those organic compounds having at least 2 carbon. So at least we must have 2 carbon atom at least, then we can write down skeletal formula. For example, if I draw a simple line, what does this mean? It means there are 2 ends, each end is representing carbon. So now what this line represent? It represents ethane. Why? There are 2 carbon having single covalent bond, 2 carbon at single covalent bond in ethane. So this is the skeletal formula of ethane. Now how you can represent the skeletal formula for an alcohol? Look at this. This is the skeletal formula of an alcohol. How many carbon? You must be able to identify 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is butanol. Right now OH is bonded to which carbon? It is bonded to carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is butane 1-ol. But if ever you want to replace, you want to displace hydroxyl OH, functional group of alcohol. If you want to bring it on some other carbon, what will happen to the skeletal formula? You can write down skeletal formula for butanol again like this. Now this is 1 butanol, this is 1 2 3 4, this is 2 butanol. Why? Because from carbon number 1 the OH has been shifted to carbon number 2. So this is the skeletal formula of 2 butanol, this is the skeletal formula of 1 butanol. Now if you are asked to give the skeletal formula for a carboxylic acid, what is a carboxylic acid? The functional group of carboxylic acid is COOH. What you should remember, how to give the skeletal formula of carboxylic acid? Look at this: 1 2 3 4, 4 carbon. So this is butanoic acid. This carbon and oxygen, they are having a double covalent bond. This is single covalent bond. What you can see? Carbon and hydrogen not displayed, carbon and hydrogen not displayed, carbon and hydrogen not displayed, carbon alone not displayed, but electronegative oxygen is being displayed. Electronegative oxygen and hydrogen bonded to that oxygen, it is being displayed. So you can see we are following these three simple informations obviously. So this is the skeletal formula for butanoic acid. Moving on, if you want to show the formation of a double covalent bond, how you will show that? Look at this. I have shown how many kinks are terminals? 4. So this is butane because it is having single covalent bond. But if at any position you will make a double covalent bond, it will become the skeletal formula for an alkene. So this is how double covalent bond it can be represented, and the skeletal formula it becomes from alkane, it has become alkene. So this is how you can give the skeletal formula for an alkene. Now one more thing, whenever we make skeletal formula for a cyclic organic compound, skeletal formula for a cyclic organic compound, they give us some mathematical diagram. Look at the first mathematical diagram, it is a triangle. But in chemistry, this is skeletal formula of an organic compound, and this is a cycloalkane. Why this is a cycloalkane? Because there are single covalent bond. You can count how many carbon atoms are there. Each corner it is a carbon atom. There are 3 carbon, prop, having single covalent bond, ane, prop, pane, and this is closed chain. So the name of this triangle in the organic chemistry, it is cyclopropane. Cyclopropane. Likewise, if you ever see a square in an organic chemistry question, what you must remember, this square it has 4 corners, each corner represents a carbon atom. So square in the organic chemistry represents cyclobutane. Cyclobutane. And if you have been given a pentagon, pentagon in the organic chemistry it stands for cyclopentane. Remember, these cyclic structures can also be made for cycloalkenes, cycloalkanol. For any type of organic compound, these structures can be made. Now I hope I would have made it clear for you people how to write down 3D displayed formula, how to write down skeletal formula for different organic compound. You must practice these two types of chemical formula in particular, because these are new types of chemical formula in your syllabus and these are asked commonly in your exams. I hope you would have enjoyed this lecture. Thank you for your time. Bye. If you have any question regarding this lecture, you can write down your question in the comments below. Thank you.